Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your weekly reading for July 5th through the 11th. My name is Maddie, and this is Wild Magnolia Tarot. In this reading today, in all my weekly readings for now, I went ahead, pre-shuffled, and picked a card out of the Wild Unknown archetype deck. And this card is going to function as the theme of the reading, the theme of the week for you, something to meditate on, something to kind of like the lens through which you might look at the rest of the week, the reading, and things that happen and the things that people say, the forest. Okay, and I am going to read the description from the book that came with the cards because it's very well written, and so I think that it'll be beneficial. The forest, the forest. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely it included all the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret, mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, and then that you get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and entanglement, but equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among the trees. You're on an adventure now, and there's no turning back. So embrace the dim light and the moving shadows. Whether literal or imaginal, brave the forest and get lost getting found. And I'll just read the keywords as well. When light, magic abounds, childlike wonder, and adventure. And when dark, concealment, density, savagery. Okay, so this reading is probably going to be very much about, your life path, the path that you're on right now, or some upcoming, incoming adventure for you, a new chapter. And this could equally be a path going inwards for you to self-reflection, shadow work. I bring that up a lot, but the forest could be your own psyche, your own subconscious, right? And we truly don't know what all lurks in there until we dive in. So we'll see what the rest of the reading has to say for you before going more to that. Okay, so first I'm going to draw 6 cards from the tarot. And these cards are going to be you, your environment, your situation, what you should do, what you should let go, and the outcome. So we'll start with a card representing you, which came out immediately. Came out with 2. So that's what we're doing. We're doing 2. And I don't read reversals because there's never only one side to anything, ever. And anytime that I've done a reading and tried to discern between the positives and the negatives, or the uprights and the upside downs, usually both sides of the card are relevant in that situation. So I decided I'd just read them as a whole. So we're starting out with the Ace of Blades, or swords, and the Moon. So this is some sort of inquisition for you into the deep, the hidden, the unknown, what lies in the dark. The Moon is connected to your emotions, it's connected deeply to your subconscious, and I see the Ace of Blades as a question, right? An inquiry. So this is inquiry into your emotions, into the dark, and into that which you cannot see as of right now, which goes right back to the forest and what I said earlier, that this is definitely starting to shape up as an adventure into your own subconscious, perhaps into your memories as well. Okay, so Next, your environment right now. What is the environment for Taurus? Just throwing cards. All right. 2 cards here again. The Chariot. Just trying to make this focus. It doesn't want to, does it? No. Okay, the Chariot and the 6 of Elixirs, which is also the 6 of Cups. Okay, so the 6 of Cups is about memories, nostalgia, and the Chariot is very much about what drives you, what's carrying you through your adventure, your journey, your life. It's very deep down. It's almost very primal. Like, it's what moves you forward. It's what gets you out of bed every day. And so the Chariot, or that aspect of yourself, may be deeply affected by memories from the past for you. More so, perhaps, than you even realize. Which is why you have to go deep down and look and see what exactly it is that is affecting you. But it's definitely junk from the past. And it probably has something to do with family or friends, I'm getting. But whatever it is, it's affecting your ability to move forward on your journey. Most likely because it affects the way you think about yourself and what you are capable of accomplishing. So we'll move on and we'll come back to that. Next card that I draw is going to be the situation for Taurus for the week of July 5th through the 11th. Situation for Taurus, July 5th through the 11th, please. It almost doesn't want to give me one. I may have to take it. Please give me one card to describe the situation for Taurus. There it is. It gave me 2 because I asked for 1. That's what I get. Okay. Here we go. So this is hard to tell from the image, but this is Justice and the 7 of Wands. So justice can be about fairness, decisions. It could literally have something to do with the legal system. And I really do like how, if you look, half of it is the brain and the other half is the heart. And I think that's actually really genius way to look at it. Balancing the brain and the heart and bringing your emotions and your logic into the same place and finding compromise between the two. And then the 7 of Wands is all about standing your ground, standing up for yourself, holding strong in the face of adversity. Or in this case, in this journey, this dive into yourself to figure out what exactly from your past is holding you back. It isn't necessarily easy. We already have 1, 2, 3. Out of 6 cards so far, we have 3 major arcana. So this is very important, very deep. This is going to affect your life in a big, strong way. This is a major situation for you as of, your whole life. Like, once you do this, once you figure out and you go into that forest and you find the things that have shaped how you think and how you live and how you feel, it's going to change your whole life. It's going to change the way you see everything. It's going to change the way you do things. It's going to change the way you see yourself on a very fundamental level. And so it's not easy. It's never easy. But it's worth it. And this is something that you're doing for yourself. This is a way to, you do this because you love yourself, not just because you want to be accomplished and you want to move forward on some kind of project or your career or your reputation or whatever. This is just for happiness. And you won't be able to find happiness until you resolve those issues, work through those memories, and then release them, let them go. Forgiveness of others, forgiveness of self is a big theme in this. So we'll move on and we'll see what else we get. Next card, this is an advice card. What to do. Whatever I draw, do that. What should Taurus do? What does Taurus need to do? The Hierophant. Okay. Not that you can see it. I'm going to figure this out. Alright. So the Hierophant card came out for that. Came out by itself. So the short answer is you need to learn. You need to learn from this. This is an opportunity. And also you need to apply what you've learned. And this could also suggest that you need to turn to someone else, an expert or a mentor of some kind, a teacher, someone who's wiser than you, that you trust, that could help give you perspective on these past memories that you're working through and how to best, how to cope with them and how to see them in an objective light and see them for the lessons that they were and accept what is good from them and then let go of the rest. So, yeah. If there's someone that you know that you look up to, someone who is like a teacher to you, consult them. Talk to them about it. And they might have a lot to offer you that you didn't think of before. So next card is what to let go. What can Taurus let go now? What to let go of? The Devil. So the Devil card can mean lots of things. It usually has to do with overindulgence or self-destructive behaviors, habits, tendencies. So in this sense, I feel that the devil is whatever you use to avoid these memories, right? The devil is whatever you do or tell yourself that has allowed you to neglect the chariot, to neglect your passion, your inspiration, your drive, that connection to spirit. What interrupts that for you? And I have a feeling that it's less about something that you do, less about a habit, and more about some kind of attitude or belief that you hold about yourself, which is something that perhaps can be explained to you, or someone who is, come back to this teacher, the Hierophant. There may be someone who can help you sort that out, somebody who can see exactly, I don't want to say where you're going wrong, because everything is a learning experience and nothing is really wrong necessarily. I mean, there's right and wrong, but you understand what I'm saying. It's not that you're doing something wrong necessarily, but whatever you're doing that is signified by the Devil card no longer serves you. It's not doing you any good, and an outside perspective could help you sort that out and could help you move past it. Let's see. So that was letting go, and then last card of the tarot is the outcome. We have the Seven of Swords, which sometimes it's considered like the deceit card or selfishness. But I really see this as, because in the terms of going through your past and your memories and sorting through your thoughts and your emotions, I see the Seven of Swords as you taking the good and making out with whatever you can. There's also a feeling of like cunning, wisdom, trickery sometimes is involved in the Seven of Swords, Seven of Blades. So I think this is you besting your devil, whatever the devil is for you. You have to defeat it. You have to beat it. And sometimes, you're sneaky about it. Which makes me think that the devil could actually be a person. This could actually be a person in your life that's toxic, that needs to be cut out. And that you may have to be sneaky, secretive in the process. Which, did I show you this card? I showed it to you. Oh, I showed it. Okay. So, another thing that I'll say that this brings to mind is selfishness, right? Selfishness is not inherently a bad thing. You have to care about yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. And if this devil represents a person who is toxic and who hurts you, somebody who drains you, or somebody who holds you hostage by bringing up old shit from the past, bad memories and whatnot, that maybe you have to be very sneaky in the way you get them out of your life, or in the way that you deal with the garbage that they bring to you and put on you, right? And that is selfish in the sense that you're doing it for yourself, but it's also quite necessary, and it's the right thing to do. It is a good thing to do. It is self-care. And it's putting your foot down. Again, like we come back up here to the Seven of Wands. And this is you standing your ground. You figuring out what exactly the poison is that's mucking up your life and mucking up your emotions. Whatever it is that's hurting you and not serving you, and quite frankly, actively working against you. Figuring out what that is and cutting it out in order to, survive and thrive and enjoy your life. So that is what I got from the tarot. Oh, and since I looked at it while I was speaking a few minutes ago, and it caught my eye, so I've just decided to keep it. It's the Tower card, which can be intimidating and scary, but I think that what that is telling me anyway is that the process of cutting this person out, or whatever this is, the devil, once that's gone, it turns your whole life upside down, but in the best of ways. So the Tower is a shakeup, right? And the shakeup could be you feeling free and feeling like you can move around again in your own, in your own life, and enjoy your own hobbies, and, spend your time on building your happiness, right? And that's just going to be a huge change, sadly, from what you've been dealing with as of recently, or for a very long time. And it all goes back to reconciling with these memories, these heavy stuff from the past. Once you get that sorted through, and once you wake up almost from like the nightmare that might be the past, then it's like a whole new world for you, and a whole new opportunity that you couldn't have expected. Okay? So next, we're going to do 3 flowers from the dead cards. And these can come out as advice or more clarification, or potentially energies involved in your situation right now, things that you should pay attention to, look out for, keep in mind. Just gonna shuffle them real quick. Get 3 cards. Pretty please for Taurus. Oh, well, give me 2. Both birds. Check it out. Okay, so we've got the hawk, which is clarity and truth. Okay, so this indicates to me that a big issue for you is that you do not see the past clearly, or what you remember and how you feel is not like the truth of what really happened or the truth of the situation. Things did not go down the way you think they did, probably because it was a really long time ago. And since we've got this toxicity here and the devil, like somebody may have lied to you about something from your past that set the tone for your whole life and how you think and what you believe. And now, as you work through this, you're going to come to that truth, come to that clarity. And it's really going to take that weight off of you when you realize that perhaps the thing that hurt you the most shouldn't have. Or that, maybe things weren't as bad as you thought they were. Or maybe they're worse than you were told that they were. And that can be very freeing too, to realize that, maybe things were bad. And maybe that's why you have that pain. And recognizing what it's born from, which usually is human sickness. But also that there's something to be learned from it, which brings us to our next card. The owl, caution and wisdom. So this whole process is about learning from the negative experiences from the past and being able to use that information, that wisdom to help other people, but also the cautious aspect of it, right? That you might be wary of who you trust in this time. Let me pull one more. One more for Taurus to clarify the owl, maybe what we should be cautious of. The shark, solitude and anxiety. Okay, so perhaps you need to be cautious of isolating yourself or finding yourself in an isolated situation where, you're moving through. And this is, again, why you want to definitely try to find someone who supports you, who may be able to give you some insight, and so that you're not going through this alone, because this is very big work. This is big shadow work, big heart healing work. And no one should really have to do that alone. And I can understand that because it is a very personal journey into the deepest parts of yourself, that you don't want to share that with just anybody. But if there is somebody that you can talk to, a therapist, a best friend, a family member, or a mentor of some kind, then that would be best, because to find yourself trying to work through all this alone in isolation, you may potentially, it may overwhelm you. And that will kind of make it harder for you to work through it in general. Okay, so next card I'm going to pull is going to be a shamanic medicine card. I really like these. Kind of gives you like a more spiritual or traditional concept to work with. It's got a lot of Native American or practices from indigenous peoples. I really love this deck. So what do we have for Taurus? Taurus for July 5th through July 11th. And actually, while I'm looking, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards in this spread. So don't take it lightly. This is big stuff that you're working through right now. This is a very pivotal time. If you find yourself feeling very emotional, or like very, very stuck or very overwhelmed, feeling strongly, that's because all of this is going to come up. It's going to come up for you no matter what. And how you approach it and how you make that journey into the forest, that is your choice. What do we got for Taurus? We got 2. What do we get? Feathers, which is restoration. Okay. And altar, or honoring. So I think that this is about restoring your perspective, your vision of yourself and your life, and honoring your experiences for what they've brought to you, what they've given you, even the worst of them. What did they teach you? And I do like this altar card here. Like, you may want to turn to a spiritual practice. Big one is meditation, but also just, prayer, or perhaps, I don't know, we'll draw more cards. But restoration and honoring. So the restorative work is on the self, and then I think that also the honoring is of yourself and the universe, and what it's taught you through all of these experiences, and what you can take from that and grow and turn into something great. Next card I'm going to draw is a Earth Power Oracle card. So this is like an earth energy that you can take advantage of or tap into, or that you might meditate upon in order to take the next step and complete this journey, or at the very least survive it. Give something for Taurus, please. We have more words that I cannot pronounce, but I'm going to try. Imai and Lishan. I think that's how you say that. Or also known as Mount Imai. I seek enlightenment. I am calmly above it all. The tangible and the intangible meet within me. So, tap into that space of or the energy of stillness and peace and calmness. Perhaps kind of envision yourself like in meditation, right? Kind of sitting above yourself in your body, like floating over yourself and watching through, because all these memories that you're working through, kind of looking at them as if watching a movie that is not about yourself. To truly trying to see from a third person perspective that's not you. And that's really where you're going to find that enlightenment. Have those realizations, as if you can step outside of your emotions, step outside of your own perspective. It's really hard to imagine having another perspective, because you just can't really know what you don't know. But if you can kind of, step outside of your body, step outside of yourself in order to do this work, then you're going to gain the most from it. Because when you don't do that, if you start working through these memories and what happened and the things that still weigh on you, if you start moving through all of that with your own personal, subjective perspective, then you may forget to come at it from a place of compassion, because it's just not easy for everyone to be compassionate towards themselves. You're much more likely to be able to feel compassion for someone else, somebody outside yourself, because you have higher standards and higher expectations for yourself than you do others. And so you really need to look at you, younger you, the past you, in a more forgiving, more compassionate light. You need to move through these memories with love. And also, because they're heavy and negative things that you're going to be working through, it also helps to have compassion and forgiveness for other people, other individuals, other circumstances outside of yourself that perhaps brought and caused you a lot of pain. I don't know why I keep moving that camera. So, meditation would be good. Meditation would definitely be good. Meditate being outside of your body. Just kind of try to almost dissociate, just temporarily, from your really strong emotions, the ones that tear you up. Set those aside and start again from the beginning with a clean slate. And try to look at everything almost scientifically in order to perhaps see or notice or realize something that you missed in the past when you were in it. Now you're outside of it. Now you're ahead of it. You can look back and you can see what you didn't before. So that's the the advice there from the Earth Oracle. Let's see. So next we're going to do advice. Just trying to grab my cards without throwing them everywhere. The next 4 cards, I'm going to take 2 from the Roots and Wings deck, and then I'm going to take another 2 from the Divine Oracle Energy deck. So these from the Roots and Wings, this could be just, because we have the altar and honoring right here and restoration, then I think that I'm going to ask, what about yourself you should honor specifically when it comes to honoring the self. What is something positive for Taurus to focus on as they do this heavy work? Mando! Alright. I'm dropping cards everywhere. I'm so sorry. Duality. Okay. And intuition. Right? So you are, these up here so you can see them. And actually, you know what? There's one more. It's on the floor. Hold on a second. The worst part is, it's the same color as my carpet. Alright, so sorry. Perseverance. Okay? So, and also, the bull, Taurus, not lost on me. Duality, intuition, and perseverance. And duality can be referring back to seeing from within and seeing from without. It could be the 2 aspects of yourself that you need to integrate. It could be because we come back here, right? And we have the Justice card, and on that card from this deck is the brain on one side and the heart on the other. So this may be the duality that you have to honor within yourself. Your emotions and your thoughts. Your brain and your heart both are equally valuable, equally important, and your thoughts are not wrong. Your emotions are not wrong. You just need a better, more healthy perspective because the one you have now is not serving you. So respecting that duality within yourself, that your thoughts and your emotions both play vital roles in who you are and how you live and enjoy and manifest in this world. And then honoring your intuition, trusting yourself. I can't say it enough. And this can come back here, right, to the owl, the caution and wisdom. Like, you've learned a lot. And I believe, yes, this was, yep, the devil. Okay, sorry. Brain fart. So, going back for a second to when we're talking about some kind of person or toxicity that's in your life that's a problem, you probably already know who I'm talking about, or what I'm talking about, and you've suspected something perhaps, or you've been silencing your intuition and living in a situation that is hurting you and is draining you and is wearing you down slowly over time. And so honoring your intuition by listening to it and acting on it will be good for you, as well as, honoring your ability to persevere, right? So instead of seeing yourself as having been held back all this time by these memories and this perspective that you're trying to grow out of, instead of seeing that as wasted time, wasted energy, instead of seeing it as you living in a wrong mindset, you've just persevered through a lot. And you need to honor the fact that you have survived this for as long as you have. And honor the fact that you are not only going to continue to survive, but you're actually going to push through, and you're going to thrive in something better as you move out of this feeling or this emotion, this mindset that you carry from a long time ago, that's no longer working for you, that's not appropriate anymore, it's not helpful anymore, and it's definitely time to heal exactly what you know needs to be healed, with the help from someone outside of yourself who can help you gain that healthier perspective. So 2 more cards. This is going to be out of the Divine Oracle Energy deck, or Divine Energy Oracle deck. I don't know. One of those. They're good cards. They're short, sweet, to the point. No book needed. And they're very positive, very encouraging. So what do we got for Taurus for the week of July 5th? Love yourself. Read it. Read it again. Love yourself. This is what I was talking about before when I'm talking about moving through this soul work with compassion for yourself. Looking back on the past and at maybe things that you did or you said and decisions that you made, and looking at it from a place of love. Love that person that you used to be. Love them no matter what, unconditionally. And because you love them, you're going to see what they did and how they reacted in situations. And if they could have done better, well, that's true for everybody. Love them anyway. Love them for the decision they made, and love who they became when they learned from their decisions. So what else do we have for Taurus before I start yelling? Taurus. One more for Taurus. Please, only one more for Taurus. I'm kidding. I'll take whatever. All right. Thank you. Speak up. Speak up. So this process may bring you to a point of confrontation, or this process may force you to finally speak up for yourself, what you want, perhaps things in your life or people in your life that are not considering you, or things that aren't working for you, things that you've been putting up with that have only slowed you down and held you back. Speak up about it. That's the advice. Love yourself and speak up. And then don't forget, underneath that, we have the intuition. It's like right in the middle Okay? So love yourself and honor your intuition and speak your truth. And that is what this whole process is going to allow you to be able to do. That's the culmination of all of this. So that is it for today. It's only like your whole life. Yeah, I think I've said it all. Hopefully, this reading was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading weekly. If this reading did not resonate with you, but you made it all the way through to the end, then God bless you. Go check out a reading for one of your other signs, your sun, moon, rising, Mars, Venus, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, whatever. And also, another thing you could do is check the readings for the signs in each house. So if you have a question that's related to one of your astrological houses, and you've got a planet and a sign in that house, then go listen to that reading. I don't know if that made any sense. But yes, so thank you for stopping by to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie again, and I look forward to seeing you